What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jacob Lee Taylor here once again, sat in his mother's house talking about heavy metal despite the fact that it is another beautiful sunny day outside. Sorry I've not been uploading a lot recently. I thought it was a clever idea to have 2 tattoos on 2 consecutive dates. Spoiler alert, it's not fun at all.
Here's the first one, and here is the second one.
I've had my leg completely blacked out because I had some terrible amateur tattoos on there that I thought were a brilliant idea when I was 17. It's not a brilliant idea. Today we are going to be talking about a band that I'm personally a big fan of, and I'm sure a few of you have heard of. It's a little old band called Metallica. 40 years ago, on the 14th of March 1982, Metallica played their first ever gig. This was a gig at Radio City in Anaheim, California, attended by about 200 people, which the band says was made up of their friends, peers and people who they begged to go and see them live. While on the subject of begging, please like and subscribe. I've got no followers. The band lineup for that night consisted of James Hetfield on vocals, Ron McGovney on bass, Lars Ulrich on drums, and some weird ginger conspiracy nut kid on guitar. Let me think, give me a minute, Dave Mustaine, that was his name. I've heard that name before. As we all know, the lineup of the band changed over the years. Ron McGovney quit the band in late 1982, citing internal conflict and clashes with James and Lars. Dave Mustaine was fired in April 1983 because of aggressive behaviour, drug and alcohol abuse, fighting with Lars and James. I've also heard a story about Dave Mustaine pouring beer into the pickups of Ron McGovney's bass, Ron McGovney trying to play, plugging in and getting electrocuted. I'm not sure how true that is, but that sort of stuff obviously isn't going to go down well, is it? The set list for that night contained 2 songs that would make it onto the Metallica EP No Life Till Leather. The rest of the songs were a collection of covers from bands such as Blitzkrieg, Savage and Diamond Head. Can you even imagine what it was like being there? You know, particularly one of those people, you know, your friend was a friend of a member of the band and they were like, oh, come down and see this band, and you're sort of thinking, oh, I can't really be bothered. You end up going, you see Metallica, regardless of what the performance was like that night. Obviously I wasn't there because it was 6 years before I was born. And then seeing the band blow up like they did, hearing the demo and the first album and then the second album and so on, and seeing them become the cultural phenomenon that they are today. Now, we are now talking about a band who are getting Zoom calls with Elton John, while Elton John gushes about how much he loves Metallica's music. Whether you're personally a fan of Metallica's music or not, I love the first 3 albums. After that, it sort of filters off a little bit for me. I don't know if it's because I'm borderline in love with Cliff Burton or not, but for me the sound just changes so much that it's not really my jam anymore. Whether you like the early stuff, you like the later stuff, you like any of it, you like none of it. Well, if you like none of it, why did you click on this video? You've got to respect that 40 years in the entertainment business and playing music is something that we've really got to respect, because there's not many artists who can do that and remain as influential as they have been. Over half of the bands that I love are pretty much here because of what Metallica did and the road that they set out for the rest of heavy metal music. There's not really much more that I can say about this without me basically just gushing about how much I love Metallica and Cliff Burton. So I think we're gonna leave it there. Quite short and sweet, this video, and it has absolutely nothing to do with these tattoos. I'm in quite a lot of pain. So we're going to wrap it up here. There's nothing left to be said, but like, subscribe and listen to heavy metal.